today we have a special guest, Jamie, over here. However, we are missing my co-host Tom, who cannot join unfortunately. So, Jamie, welcome, and I would be happy if you please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Jaime Cohen, and thank you, Abhishek, for having me. I am the founder and branding strategist for Jambalaya, and we help entrepreneurs, executives, and companies in general communicate more effectively. So one way that we do that is we work on helping them tell their story. So making sure that the language that they're using is the language that their audience understands.
So I wanted to know, can you explain how diversity has played a role in your career and contributed to the person that you are today?
Diversity has been a huge part of my life. I've always looked to find people and things and environments that are radically different from who I am or what I'm used to. So diversity is it's an important part of understanding and compassion and empathy. What you do sometimes that can be unintelligible to the audience you're trying to attract. So how do you take that information and make it accessible? You need to do research. So where is your audience spending their time? Which platform are they on? How are they communicating with one another? What medium are they using? Are they watching a lot of video? Are they texting through something like WeChat, where there's a lot of marketing opportunity there? We're in this age where we're constantly bombarded by ads. I know whenever I watch a show on TV, it just drives me crazy because right when you're about to get to the good part, a commercial comes on and you're just like, ah! And then I actively try to not remember what was on that commercial, which I think is probably psychology. Because if you are a resource for your audience, they will come back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your most difficult period of your career and how did you handle it?
I think that it's sort of been, up until now, it's sort of been a consistent struggle because I've done so many different things that seem from the outside to be unaligned, but now that I've clarified my messaging. So I've done for myself what I do for my clients now. So I've clarified my messaging. I know the exact audience I'm trying to attract, but that really took years because at first, I was writing bios or bylines or ghostwriting or filming promotional videos myself. And, I was doing all these different things, but when I was trying to attract a client and they would say, "What do you do?" I would say, "Well, I kind of do a bit of everything." And I think that's a huge mistake. And a lot of people who are just starting out, especially kids coming right out of college or people that are just starting as an entrepreneur, that you think that makes you seem, like you have a lot of knowledge, but what it really does is it lowers your credibility because then the person that you're trying to attract thinks, "Oh, well, they don't have a specialty, so why would I go to someone who does everything when I could go to someone who only does this one thing that I need done?" One thing that's really important to remember too is that almost no one is an overnight success. And the people that you see who are overnight successes, they spend years getting to that point, and it just happens that they do something and then overnight their success happens. But as an entrepreneur, you go through these extreme peaks and valleys. And one day you're like, "Oh, this is awesome. I've chosen my career. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to help so many people." And then the next day you're like, "Oh my gosh, I have no idea what I'm doing. What if they find out that I have no idea and I'm an imposter?" And, it's just up and down. And you have to get to this point where you prove to yourself that you know what you're doing. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs like myself have had years where no one would help them. No one believed in them. They thought like, "Oh, from the outside, you look great. You're fine. You'll figure it out yourself." So then when people start actually believing in them and saying, "You're so good at this thing. I'm so impressed by XYZ," they don't believe them. And so it's this process of how do you deliver the message to yourself, which is kind of confusing. But and that was the hard part for me, because as far as help and guidance goes, that was a path that I had to follow on my own. And, if you have an idea and you think that it's going to be something that you can turn into a business and you have a great job, don't quit your job. Lay out plans for what you think that you're going to do. Make sure you have a framework, make sure you have clear messaging, make sure that you have, even if you're a sole proprietor, make sure that you have a team of vendors. So if you need something done, if you get a big project, you're not scrambling to get it all done yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have all this information laid out, then it's okay to take the leap. You know, you do have to take risks, big risks, to get those rewards, but I'm all about taking calculated risks.
I always follow whatever content that you're sharing. It is already very valuable. And this is absolute gold. So, Jaime, thank you so much for this. And to our LinkedIn family, please feel free to connect with our very own Jaime. If you have any questions, if you want to collaborate, whatever it is, please feel free to drop comments. And Jaime, thank you once again.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.